about the spin. And it's not something we'll be trying right here at the falls, but it's a great move to do on waves or in holes. And it's one of my favorite moves. It gives you a really great feeling of the looseness of the boat and just the freedom with which the kayak can move in a feature. The spin is like every other move we're going to do. You're going to need to just go back to your basics and focus on leading each move you do with your head and your body. You want to spot the target with your eyes, so that'll be spotting either the hole if you're spinning in a hole or the wave if you're spinning in a wave. You're going to use a combination of forward and reverse sweep strokes to spin the boat around you. And this move is also fantastic because it'll allow you to set up to do more advanced moves like cartwheels in the future. And it's a lot of fun.
How do we spin from frontwards to backwards? Well, step one, you need to know your target. Your target on the wave is at the top of the wave dropping in. Why? When you're at the top of the wave dropping in, you've got upstream speed. So when you go for your spin, if you make any mistakes, it'll cancel that speed out and you'll stay on the wave. If you try to spin starting at the very bottom of the wave, the only place you have to go is backwards and off the wave. Okay, so you're at the top of the wave and you're about to drop in. Step one, let the boat turn a little bit sideways before you do your back sweep. If you look, you can see that the back sweep will actually push the stern upstream if you're a little bit sideways when you start it. By pushing the stern upstream, your stroke actually helps push you back onto the wave, less chance of flushing out. If you try to do the back sweep pointed straight upstream, that stroke will be pushing you downstream and off the wave. So now you're on the top of the wave, you're dropping in, you've got the boat a little bit sideways, you're ready to do your back sweep. The next thing is what you do with your body. It's critical that you put some weight on your bow, but you still want to keep the boat as flat to the water as possible so that the planing hull will slide nicely. By putting weight on the bow, the water will drag the bow downstream, but it also takes weight off the stern, allowing the stern to slide more effectively. Okay, now you're backwards on the wave. Make sure you take a couple of backstrokes just to assure you establish that back surf. The feeling you're looking for on a spin is the feeling that the boat's on ball bearings. If you have the boat angle as flat to the wave as possible, you'll feel the boat release and slide. If it's releasing and sliding, it's extremely easy to turn around. If you feel the boat digging in the water and it's just sluggish, you're probably not keeping the boat at the right angle to the water. Okay, you're backwards on the wave now. You've got your spin from front to back done. Now we need to know what to do to establish and control your back surf. We got backwards by spinning around on the wave. Now let's make sure you can control it. Number one, keep your weight forward or neutral and your boat flat. What that does is keep your stern out of the water and keeps the boat tracking straight. Now you need to make sure you look at your target, not over your bow. If you look over your bow, you're going to get lost on the wave. You'll surf off of one side or the other. Instead, look at your target. Your target is either to your right, if you want to surf that way, or back to your left. For controlling the boat backwards, you use a rudder stroke at your bow to turn the boat, just like you do with a front surf. It's easiest to turn toward your paddle by pulling away from the bow with your paddle, just like a rudder. Just like in front surfing, your boat will turn in the direction that you lean the boat. Small leans are best. If you're leaning your right edge down, that's the direction you're going to turn. All right, now you're backwards on the wave. Well, you don't want to be stuck in a back surf forever. You want to be able to spin around and go back to the front surf again. Just like when you spun from front surfing to back surfing, you'll use the same technique for spinning from back surfing into your front surf. Step one, make sure you're high enough on the wave that you're dropping in. Step two, let the boat turn slightly. Step three, do a forward sweep all the way at the bow. Your goal, of course, is to push the bow upstream, not pull the stern downstream. That keeps you on the wave. Finally, make sure you weight the stern a little bit. Weighting the stern helps the stern drag downstream and it releases the bow, allowing the bow to slide upstream.